the grind. Yeah, bubble grind.
Now we have a guy that could probably get in there if you...
It's game day. The Edmonton Oilers hit the road once again. .102. Happy game day, Nasties. How you doing on this Thursday afternoon? Beautiful sunny day, a little windy out there. So, yeah, don't go for long walks because you get blown away. Welcome to EST Afternoons. Joaquin Gage, Hernan Salas, our producer, Zach Kubusch. His last day before he goes on a nice little vacation, eh?
Really?
Did you know that?
Oh.
I don't know who approved this, but...
No.
Yeah, I'm taking time off. I'm sick of you guys, so I got to leave. Get out of here.
Gosh.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Seattle
Wow.
to see Tyler, the Creator.
Who?
Tyler, the Creator. I think he's a Grammy-winning, Grammy-nominated rap artist or something like that.
Really?
Like kind of alternative, like rap in that sense. He
Is
just does
this,
funky things.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
is this a reconnaissance trip? Are you going to kind of hone your craft as a rapper on this trip?
I might be, yeah. And I'm also seeing a Kraken game too, so I'm going to be scouting the opposition.
Okay.
Look at you,
Nice.
eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that leads to our lineup for today.
I didn't even know you got paid.
Yeah, I'm still just on placement.
yeah.
I do this for fun, guys.
Yeah, we're live from the
I'm a
William
rapper
Huff.
by night.
We're live from the William Huff Studios. Let's tee up the show. Lots of Oilers, lots of news. We'll get to the lineups and all that fun stuff. 140, the Red Light District. And trust me, you're going to want to be in tune or viewing us for that. At 2:05, since Zach's last day is today, we will do Zach to the Future today at 2:05. And at 2:20, we'll head to Florida and talk with George Richards from Florida Hockey Now to tee up today's game that goes at 5. 4 o'clock, Tom Gazzola jumps on with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. So Reed and Jay from 4 to 5. Then the Oil Stream pregame show with Tommy from 4 to 5. And then Reed and Jay will jump back on from 5 to 6. So a busy day here. And of course, we'll be back for the post-game show that could get spicy if the Oilers can't figure this out. Like always, slam the thumbs up. 22 already. That's a good start if you're watching on YouTube there. Subscribe to the channel as well. And hit us up on the River Cree inbox, 780-218-9999. And if you want to listen, iHeart, TuneIn, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Gager, how was two guys and a goalie?
It was good. It was it was fine. We it didn't talk too much about I guess we dove into the Oilers a lot, but yeah, recent struggles. Certain players, Arvidsson,
Shoot him to the moon.
Yeah. We'll probably get into more about Nurse on here, but
of course.
I kind of saved it, because you get mad at me if I talk too much during that. But
I gotta get you off that show.
There's a few things that I really want to pay attention to tonight and see what happens. And one is the fact that Darnell Nurse has had a pretty good season so far,
Yeah.
and what his absence actually looks for this team.
I was talking with Reed about this because it's fair to say Ekholm has been a little bit off in a lot of games this year.
Don't you think he's upset?
Yeah. But no, he's got a lot of miles. He is older. So for me, has Darnell Nurse been the best Oilers defenseman this year?
I probably would still take Ekholm ahead of him.
Okay.
But what's puzzling to me, and I don't know if you watch Sweden too much in that Four Nations, but Ekholm was all over it, man.
Yeah.
Like there was a different Ekholm, and I wonder, and maybe this is my conspiracy theory, but is he, and just his body language, we talked about him talking to Bouchard, is
he getting frustrated?
Is he getting frustrated playing with Bouchard and having to be that safe? Like, because there's an element to Ekholm's game that is slightly offensive too.
Yeah.
Like when's the last time you saw him over the last few months at least kind of join into the play? And that is part of the Swedish game. When I played over there, all defensemen seem to be really active a lot of the time. Maybe that was just more playing within that system, but I just feel like he has to do so much more to cover it, like, because he sees the mistake. Oh, I can't jump here because I'm just worried about something happening. The confidence that you have to have with your partner in the NHL as a defenseman, Bouchard isn't giving it to him.
Yeah, no, and that's fair. I mean, you heard we were listening to Connor McDavid earlier, and he never really gives you much. I gotta find another level here. Sure, I will give you the lines here. So today it's RNH, McDavid, Hyman, finally. Skinner, Draisaitl, Arvidsson, finally. Janmark, Henrique, Brown, which we know is a good line. We know that.
Yeah.
The fourth line, Podkolzin, Kapanen, and Perry, sure. I know a lot of fans are upset Savoy's out. I am too. I think he's played well. I don't think he did anything wrong. I don't think this is a bad play, playing bad. That's why he's out. I think this is just a numbers thing, but I get the frustration. Nurse is out, so it's Ekholm, Bouchard, Kulak, Klimberg, Stetcher, Emberson, Stuart Skinner gets the start for the Edmonton Oilers, which for me is the right call. You got to run this guy, and he's got to find another level here. So, and the only way to do that is to keep playing. But I'm happy to see Jeff Skinner. I hope he sticks with these lines, Gage. Like, let them fight through whatever they have to tonight.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like when I get sick, man. I throw on the sweatsuit, I roast garlic, I spread it on toast, and I wrap myself like a burrito and go to bed, right? Maybe a few NyQuil sleepies and just sweat it out. And that's essentially what they have to do with these lines. They got to wrap them up, keep them together, and let them work this stuff out. Because like you said, the Janmark line was very effective throughout the playoffs, and at times were the Oilers' best line. Get that chemistry going. Same thing that I've been echoing with Stuart Skinner. Glad he's playing the next game, right? He's got to work himself out of this. It's a small window, and that's why you have a veteran-laden lineup. Like, these guys should be able to do it themselves. Let it buck. Take the safety off and shoot these guys out of a cannon. They got to figure this out. The only people that can do it are the guys on the ice. Coach can't play. Let them feel responsible enough that onus on themselves to get out of this funk.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game for sure. Ekholm looked great playing with Carlson. Rip City Stuff says, he did.
Really did.
He sure did.
But you saw the way that they worked together too, right? Like Carlson played, they would take turns. It's way too much money. Don't start talking about Carlson coming to Edmonton. Who said that?
I didn't say that. Shoggy in St. Albert, Jeff Skinner will score a goal and be healthy scratch next game. That's kind of been the MO here for him.
That's what Dusty said. Dusty said he'll have a hat trick. He won't see the ice in March.
Chief Andy says, I'm okay with Skinner playing on the top six, but how do you go from healthy scratching a guy, then putting in the top six? Chief Andy, he's done this twice. He did it with Kapanen in the Washington game. I agree, but hey, listen, I'm just happy he's there, and I don't care if the Oilers are tied, losing, stick with these damn lines, let them figure it out. Plain and simple. You don't have Matthew Tkachuk on the other side. They're not going to be able to go line to line, and especially in that top six with you. Barkov's probably going to get McDavid. That leaves Draisaitl. Now, they're a good team. Don't get me wrong, Joaquin, but this is a game. I don't even want to imagine if they lose. I don't, because...
Really? How can you not? Nurse is out. They're in the pooper.
But this team always...
And they're going back into a place that's going to bring up all those bad feelings.
They just totally redeem themselves when we're down on them. Like in Carolina, there's no hope because they never win there. But tonight, the Oilers have, outside of the playoffs, they've had some success in Florida. You don't think these guys are I hope they're ready to go.
I don't know. I do you think, how burnt is Gene Principe right now, sitting on the beach? Like he's going to look like Tan Mom right now.
Just wait till I go to Mexico for a week. Oh,
yeah. You're gonna
I get
break out the Crisco and put that all over the body.
I get a really good tan.
Yeah?
Man. Oh yeah. 2 days and then I'm just a nice.
I used to tan.
Yeah.
I can get dark as well, but I don't anymore.
I love it. I absolutely
hurts. The sun hurts now. Remember
So
when you were a kid, you could go out and not get burnt?
Well, it's a different. We grew up in a different time where
I know.
like your parents just threw you out there.
Yeah.
It didn't matter about sunscreen.
I was so dark.
Hey, I saw you. You break down Trevor's coffee expenses. It was pretty surprising how much money we spend on coffee.
When I in my other profession, when I can get someone's like cash flow chart, kind of break it down, it's amazing what you can find with people, right? And they just go like, people know, like, oh, okay, I'll just get that one today, and I do it myself. I'm not perfect by any means, but when I become more of not a financial advisor, but a financial therapist, essentially, and telling, look, here's where it is, and just that light bulb goes off, right? So, yeah, hopefully, I can help Trev with his coffee intake and save him some bucks.
It's truly because you like, oh, I'm spending $1.50, but when you add it all up, you're like, holy.
At the end of the year, that's $1,400. I was 14 something. That if going,
I'm going to stop buying coffee. I can make coffee at home. I have a travel mug.
Well, that's why I said
lazy.
Go get the you wherever you go to Canadian Tire, whatever, and you purchase the percolator with the timer. Trev sets it up before he goes to bed, and I don't know if you do that. Like I have a percolator too, but I don't always use it. Sometimes I just want a normal cup of coffee. But there's something to waking up and you can already smell it, right? And then you just go pull yourself a night. It's already made for you. You add your stuff. It's actually
it's like that Folgers commercial.
Yeah, the best part of waking up. Folgers in your cup.
Koob, were you going to say something?
Well, I was going to say, like, he gets one probably every day. I don't think I've seen him ever my entire time here at EST without a coffee bought in his hand. So, I mean, you can buy it maybe like once a week or whatever. Like, you enjoy it. You gotta treat yourself.
Yeah,
treat yourself.
Yeah.
Every Friday.
Where does he go? Does he go to a
Timmy's.
fancy? Oh.
Yeah. But he's not going to Starbucks.
But what kind of coffee is it for?
Just like a double or a regular coffee, right? I mean,
I thought it was $6.
For me, tradition is on
not
payday. I always get a nice Starbucks.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I don't.
It's a good tradition.
I mean, I have I already explained on Two Guys. I got the Breville machine with the grinder and stuff. So it's I said if I were to make my coffee at like go buy it, I'm sure it'd be like $5-6.
Because you never show up with bought coffee.
No.
That's very impressive.
Once in a while, maybe I'll grab one, but I don't usually because it's usually in my car that I've made on the drive, and it's in my car. But you need a good insulated mug. That's the one thing I think you should really invest in. I love my Yeti coffee mug. It's a big 20-ouncer.
I have a Yeti too.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's awesome.
Big Uke says, I think Gager would smack me upside the head if he saw my cash flow chart.
Well, we can work on this, Uke.
Gager should open a coffee shop and hire Cass to crush the beans. Shoggy in St. Albert, Hernan, don't go against the seer read. He says they're going 0-5 on this road trip. It's a possibility.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't see it going this way. I knew it was going to be tough.
No, I thought we said it. It was yesterday. I thought the break was going to rejuvenate this club. What's bad is they went back down to Florida. They still got their feet in the sand. You know?
Yeah.
So it's
flashbacks.
It's flashbacks to Cabo right now.
Yeah.
They got to get somewhere cold.
Yeah, it's not good for this team. It's everybody's in on the Yetis. I got one from the Elks. Actually, it's awesome,
dude.
It's heavy.
Yeah,
but it's awesome.
They're a must, man. And I think you bring them on vacation too, because they'll fill those up, keep everything nice and cold.
See, that's because I'm going to Mexico, and I've seen that before. But like, I don't want to be carrying around a stupid cup. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just want to and my cup's never that. It doesn't take that long to drink.
But if it's super hot, right? It makes
I drink
sense.
faster because I'm hot, man.
But it's nice if you fall asleep. You know, you don't have to go get one. It's still there. There's still ice in it. Yeah. When I went to Mexico like a couple years ago, and we all had my wife and I had we didn't bring our good ones. We actually went to the dollar store and got some cheap insulated ones. Yeah. So, and we didn't care if we lost them or forgot them or they were stolen, right? So
yeah. What's your go-to in a Mexican all-inclusive? Like what's something you have all the time as a drink?
Oh, a margarita.
Margarita, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've learned my lesson. I'm staying away from the sweet drinks. The slushy ones with the syrup, and those just make you sick.
See, man, I told my mescaleritas right now are. I can't wait to have one. Right? They're just they're heroin, but it's a shot of mezcal, shot of triple sec. Maybe I put a little bit more in. Then the blue agave syrup. Not too much though. Yeah. Just a little blast, and then a juice of one fresh lime. So it's not too sweet, right? Yeah. There is a little bit.
I'll have margaritas, but I like my micheladas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those are really good. And then every day you have a tequila to kill everything in your stomach, and you're
Isn't that in the margarita? Like wait.
Yeah, but a straight tequila.
Okay.
Yeah. But then once I'm tired of beer, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
because I'm not a big hard liquor guy, right?
No.
You can't drink margaritas all night.
Yeah, you can.
You'll get heartburn.
I've tried. It's fun.
And the wine is interesting in Mexico because they serve it cold, like the red wine.
Oh, yeah?
Now, you can ask and say, can I get a room temperature bottle? But it's weird because red wine cold is not good. It's not meant to be cold.
So? Well,
no.
I don't mind it. A little chill on it.
No. Unless you're making a jote.
What about white wine?
White wine's different, though. That's supposed to be chilled.
Not always.
I like this one from Riding the Pine. Beer topped with the lime margarita. Yes. That's kind of like a michelada.
Yeah.
So there's a chelada, which is the beer with kind of like the mixings of of the rim and of a margarita. Mm-hmm. And the micheladas with the clamato.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, okay. Whatever.
Oh, you don't like clamato?
Oh, I'll crush clamato, but I just think it's unfortunate that someone stumbled across that, putting it in a beer, and it's just gross.
You don't like it in a beer with some lemon? Oh,
it's terrible.
It's great.
It's awful. I used to drink it, and I was like, what? I was a lemming. I followed everyone else, and I never liked it. But now I don't do it. Because I'm my own person, Hernan.
Yeah, no, that's fair, man. That's fair. Oh, I can't wait, man. Hey, we're both off in April, eh?
Yeah.
Gonna miss you, man.
Well, Maddie told me I had to, so...
He forced you?
He forced me to not work. Actually, that's I had to find out because that's a week that my daughter has a competition.
Yeah.
So it's good. I'll be able to go watch her a little bit more. Lucas
says mojito, no sugar with gin. Ooh.
A mojito is a great drink, but you got to make them right. Like the mulled real cane sugar and limes in the bottom. That's what you need to do.
I can make a mean mojito.
Can you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I like that from Lucas, though, because Lucas is the one that told me to go with a gin Caesar, and I like him better than a vodka Caesar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even a gin martini, I don't mind. But again, I'm strictly focused on...
I like gin more than vodka.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I haven't tried a bunch of different vodkas. I like tequila more. I like... Tequila's
a good tequila is awesome.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. None of that Americanized.
No. And none of that vanilla extract Casamigos. Jesus.
The afternoon inbox is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino, home of Tap 25 Restaurant, where the entire menu is 50% off 7 days a week from 2 to 5 p.m. Of course, we ended up talking about liquor in the first segment.
Because we're going to need it after tonight's game.
We'll continue the Oilers talk in the next segment here on EST Afternoons. Keep the thumbs up coming. Keep hitting us up on the Nasty Chat and text us 780-218-9999. That is the River Cree inbox as we're live from the William Huff Studios. We're back with more Oilers Panthers talk here on EST Afternoons. Here's our guy Koob with your sports update.
Darnell Nurse is out day-to-day with an undisclosed injury as the Oilers visit Sunrise, Florida to battle the Panthers. And Matthew Tkachuk sits out for the Cats with a lower body injury with his status remaining unclear. Tom Gazzola, Hernan Salas get you set for the action during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Live at 4, right here on EST. And a dozen total games in the NHL. Flames take on the Lightning. Winnipeg hits the road in Nashville as a hockey club and Wild drop the puck. In the NFL, the league's salary cap is jumping up nearly $24 million to about $279 million for next season. The NBA sees the Nuggets battle the Bucks, New Orleans, and Phoenix tipping off as the Warriors meet the Magic on a 5-game slate. And Greg Popovich, head coach of the Spurs, has confirmed that he will not be returning to the bench. When he addressed the team this morning for the first time since he had a stroke in November. Spring training sees the Jays down 9-4 to the Orioles in the 7th inning. This sports update is brought to you by Gimme Virtual Golf. Step into a whole new golfing experience with 240 unique courses for you to play. With the innovative technology replicating real-life ball lies, shifting the ball in 24 different directions. Gimme Virtual Golf, where innovation meets the game. Visit their website at gimmevirtualgolf.ca. We have a quick timeout before EST Afternoons returns. I'm Zachary Kubusch, and you're up to date.
Get your fix every single game with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas. Whether it's breaking down the starting lineup, predicting key matchups, or diving deep into the game's biggest moments, Tom and Hernan are here to give you the best insight and analysis in the city. After the final horn, get the breakdown of every key moment, performance, and player reactions. It's your one-stop shop for all things game day. Catch the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
You want the heavy hitters on your team, both on and off the ice. If you've been injured in a car accident, call the heavy hitters of injury law. James H. Brown and Associates, Alberta Injury Lawyers. With over 200 years of combined injury law experience, their precedent-setting lawyers are ready to help. Locally owned and proud Edmonton Oilers fans, James H. Brown and Associates wants to support you with their unrivaled experience, unrivaled results, and unrivaled commitment. When accidents happen, head to jameshbrown.com.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
1:25. Welcome back to EST Afternoons here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports. 44 thumbs up. Let's keep hammering. Let's get to 100 as quick as we can. Still to come, Red Light District, Zach to the Future, and George Richards from Florida. Hockey now, as it is an Oilers game day, 5 o'clock from Florida. Reed Wilkins, Jay Milne will jump on from 3 to 4. Then it's the Oil Stream pregame show from 4 to 5 with Tom Gazzola. And then from 5 to 6, Reed and Jay will take you home. And then about 7:30-ish, 8 o'clock at the latest probably, we'll have the post-game show. And let's hope it's a happy one. Van Owen says, my first of the day is usually a double Miami Vice because it's easier on the stomach, followed up with a couple of Margies and finished with about 8 glasses of cold water. What's a Miami Vice drink?
I don't know.
Here, let me look it up.
Heard of him.
Strawberry, equal parts from a strawberry daiquiri and a pina colada layered on top. Ooh. No, Hernan's got to stay away from those, man.
That's a lot of sugar.
Rose says Palomas with crappy Humidor tequila is best. Palomas are good, man.
Palomas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those ain't bad. Bellini beers. Not a big fan of those, but I get why people like them.
Today driving, and I was driving my daughter she was doing some dance work this morning. And I looked at everything looks a little bit different. You know, obviously it's muddy and not the best looking, but I could see little shrubs and trees, the snow. And it's always that first trip to a patio when they open them up and you get that, I'll even have like a Bellini, just that first one you can sit outside, sunglasses on, you actually feel the heat of the sun, and you're sipping on that ice cold drink. That is glorious, man.
I can't wait. Well, even yesterday, like it was 5:30, it's still light out. I'm like, we're so close. Winter is over.
Yeah.
Rip City Step, I'm with him. He says pineapple juice and rum with breakfast, pina colada in the sun, and then just see where the day takes you.
Pina coladas are good.
I had a lot of rum and pineapple juice in Mexico in my last 2 days because I couldn't stomach anything else. But they're good, man. They're really, really good. But enough about the booze, you booze hounds. Clase Azul Reposado is my favorite sipping tequila. Ooh.
Which one?
Clase Azul Reposado.
Clase Azul. I don't know. I like some reposados. The Aja Toro comes in that cubed glass. I can't find it anywhere anymore. It was glorious. Their anejo, it was gorgeous. It was a hand blown glass.
Yeah.
I know we're not supposed to talk about booze. What are we doing? I just went right back to it. Stop it.
The añejo stuff is the best.
Oh,
I love it.
yeah.
I absolutely love it. Joaquin, with Darnell Nurse out today, who are you looking at to step up?
Ty Emberson.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a good choice.
I want to see a little bit more responsibility is going to be on his shoulders, I think. I mean, they're probably not going to get a ton of ice time, but I just want to see how he handles the forward check of the Florida Panthers. One of the reasons they got up to a 3-0 lead was their ability to just put so much pressure on the Edmonton Oilers last year with that forward check, right? So decision-making is going to be key tonight because the Florida Panthers are able to put pucks in positions with dump-ins where they create that trapping forward check style, right? So, that's what I'm kind of looking to see what's going to happen in that regard.
I think he's going to play a lot. I think Stetcher won't get as many minutes. That Kulak, I have no issues with Kulak. Kulak Klimber is going to be interesting, though. They haven't played together, but Kulak's got some good speed. Both guys can move the puck quickly, which is a good sign. So, yeah, I am intrigued to see the ice times for sure. Bouchard's got to step up, sure.
Massively.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. Evan Bouchard is just so fascinating right now. He is the most polarizing player on this team right now.
So what I said is, although this trip down to Miami probably brings back a lot of bad memories for a lot of guys, the one thing, maybe it turns Evan Bouchard around because the last time he played in this building, he was one of the best players on the ice, right? For a long amount of time. Yeah. So maybe I'm back here again. Maybe he feels a little bit more comfortable on the ice. And maybe he can spark his game to start developing it back to where it was last year at playoff time. I don't know. Sometimes you go into a place and you just feel good. It's just like goalies going into certain rinks. Like there was always a rink where I would go in and it would just feel right. Like I just, everything fit and I sat in the same spot. I felt good and usually resulted in a really good game. So maybe that's the case tonight with Bouchard.
Yeah, maybe it is. And baby steps. Like, how about we start with no turnovers in the first 15 seconds?
Okay, maybe not start him. That's what Dusty and Cass were saying.
Yeah.
Maybe don't start the game.
He's the third shift. Caster 1990 says Bouchard is fascinating. I think the word you're looking for, Hernan, is frustrating. Well, I mean, but fascinating can mean in like he's fascinating in a bad way. Yeah. Like he's and listen, there's a player there. We've seen it. There is. Yeah. But I'm watching him. I'm watching Klimberg tonight. I'm watching Stewie Skins. I'm watching Jeff Skinner. I want to see how these guys bounce back. I truly do. And it's unfortunate Savoy's out. But at this point, he's a young guy. They're playing a tough team. They're struggling. He unfortunately gets the press box seat for the Edmonton Oilers. No official lines from Florida, but this is what they'll throw out. Verhaeghe with Barkov and Reinhart, Rodriguez, Sam Bennett, and Samoskevich. We might have to hit the NHL pronouncer guy there for that one. Luosterainen with Lundell and Bokvist. And then, let's see here, Greer, Thomas Nosek, and Gajovic. Again, we're going to have to hit that one. Forsling with Ekblad. Mikula, who's a fantastic defenseman, with Kulikov. Kulikov still hanging around, eh? Former Oiler.
I know. He was good last year, man. Like, did the Oilers miss something there?
That was the year they got swept by the Winnipeg Jets in the Canadian division, wasn't it?
Was that it?
Yeah. He wasn't very... I mean, I don't know. I can't remember if they used him correctly, but, like, this guy's on a really good team and won a cup.
He won a cup, man. Like, sometimes that just happens. But yeah, it was...
Bolinski's and Schmidt do the third pair, and then in net... Probably Bobrovsky. I think Spencer Knight played the last game for them, so we're gonna see We're gonna see what happens.
Well, let's see. What are they predicting here for? It's confirmed. Sergei Bobrovsky tonight. Okay, with Stuart Skinner. So,
and Bob hasn't been that good this year. He's still got the chops.
He struggles in the regular season. Yeah, man. Right. I think he's one of those guys that. Really likes to get into those playoff series where I don't think he even practices with the team. Like he goes out with his goalie coach at that point. Like, who was the goalie coach in Florida that he was? Is it? I won't be able to remember, but no, very focused individual. I would say Sergei Bobrovsky has the best blocker of any goalie in the NHL.
Okay,
it is. Dynamite what he does going left to right. And granted, a lot of goalies, it's a lot easier going left to right with the blocker side, but he just seems to make such good plays with his blocker and being able to control the puck and angle it into places where to alleviate pressure and stuff like that. Watch for that tonight.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Oh boy, I don't know what to do, man. If they lose,
well, you're not playing, buddy. Don't worry about it.
No, I know, but it's just gonna be like because remember the first game, the Oilers were leading, and then remember that Reinhart goal from the corner over the shoulder of Skinner. They lost 6-5.
Yeah, it was a great shot. Though.
Yeah.
So when you look at this, like, you look at the lineup, man. It's Jesper Bokvist is good too. Yeah, they got it. That's a solid team, man. And then the Barkov. It's going to be tough. Like very difficult game tonight.
Like this is an extremely tough road trip.
Oh yeah, like, and wasn't it last game?
Rob Tallis is the goalie coach.
Yeah. Okay.
JT Shark sent that in.
He was a Boston guy. So Scotty Bowman said with Gene when Gene was interviewing him, he said sometimes the best player on your team can be the schedule, and he was referring to what the Oilers were having to go through on this road trip. Right? It's a lot of really good teams you're playing, and all slightly different too. Right? Like and it's tough being on the road for that length of time. This is. Obviously, you would like to see them get some points early, like say in that Philadelphia game, and be a little bit more competitive in the last two. But this is a tough one. I'm not too optimistic. I think you could probably see an 0-5.
Didn't you say 6-2 on two guys?
Yeah. Oh, they're losing tonight.
I just can't.
They're losing tonight 6-2, and Stuart Skinner will be pulled tonight.
Wow, look at that. That's a hot take. I just can't. I don't think I can take another Evan Bouchard turnover.
I can't take it anymore.
Like it's gonna just put me over the edge, man. If I see that tonight, he's far too talented to be playing this bad in the defensive zone.
Yeah,
it's a lot of it for me because we see it in highlights, lowlights. He just doesn't want to engage. Like on that wraparound.
Oh, I know.
Like get to the post, man.
You have to have a physical element to your game against the Florida Panthers. You just have to.
Oh, they're gonna run you out, man.
Yeah, it's chum in the water too. If they know, like, no tapping out tonight for Evan Bouchard, right?
I also want to see, you always bring up, they're like, when Bouchard's on the ice, watch what they do in his corner. I'm gonna see how many times they dump it in to make him go play.
Every single time. They're not putting it in Ekholm's corner.
No.
It's like guys, when Pronger played or whatever,
yeah,
you would see guys coming down his wing, see him, and cut across the ice to go down the other guy, right? He's, and they know this. They've watched the video. They let's force this guy. He's turned over. What did you say? That was 4 turnovers that all resulted in really good scoring chances against. Like, that's directly. That's what it is. It's got to get
the amount of text messages I get when Bouchard makes those turnovers from my cousin and my buddies is hilarious.
Yeah,
because they use some
and me.
They use some bad language.
Oh, do
and
they?
I'm just like, and it's just frustrating. And listen, Skinner's taking a lot of heat too. He's got to get better here. They have to pull out a win. So we'll see what happens. But coming up next, your favorite part of the week's the Red Light District, and zoom. If you're into F1,
stay tuned.
Stay tuned because we're gonna have some fun with this. Before we get to the break here, Alicia says, Hernan, my tradition is Starbucks every Friday. Treat myself for getting through the week. That's a good one too. Gold Medal Mark says it's called a Bulldog beer in the margarita. I love those. Those are awesome
with the little Coronita sticking out.
Oh,
I think that's what Jasmine was drinking at the Super Bowl party, actually. She had Bulldogs.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Bulldog.
Ruff.
A portion this hour brought to you by the Canadian Brewhouse. The Canadian Brewhouse. NHL lives at the Canadian Brewhouse. Every Oilers game day, get $1 off tankards of Molson Canadian and Coors Light. You can win game tickets and 2 tickets to a surf and turf dinner at the end of the season. Full details at thecanadianbrewhouse.com. You're not going to want to miss the Red Light District. F1 is your hint, and that's all coming up next here on EST Afternoons from the William Huff Studios. Here's our guy Koob with your sports update.
The Oilers will play without Darnell Nurse on a day-to-day basis as they hit the road in Sunrise to battle the Panthers. Get set for the game alongside Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas on the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show at 4, only on EST. The Blues face the Capitals. The Flyers face off against the Pens, while the Bruins and Islanders go at it on a 12-game NHL slate. And according to Ian Rappaport of the NFL Network, the Chiefs are planning to franchise tag 25-year-old Pro Bowler Trey Smith. The tag would give Smith a 1-year contract with over $23 million guaranteed. Basketball has Greg Popovich, Spurs head coach, addressing his team for the first time today since his stroke in November. He confirms that he will not return to the bench this season, but hopes to return in the future. 5 games around the league, the Lakers and Timberwolves hit the court. The Mavs and Hornets tip off, while Denver visits Milwaukee. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated since 1993. They're more than just plywood. They offer everything from doors and flooring to decking, fencing, and custom millwork. Windsor Plywood Leduc, the experts you need to know. The Red Light District brings us back on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubusch, keeping you in the loop.
The EST Hangout.
He is moving on
It's
this.
because that one was just easier to maneuver.
Yeah, but it's the other one. He got stuck. This one, he's like, look at those fingers. Actually, okay, we're gonna get to White Lotus in a second. I am just stunned.
Turn it
and
back
in
up.
awe right away. Well, we're at 55 seconds.
It'll be over here. Do you want me to look at you to finish, or do you want me to look at the
Look
camera?
at me. No, look at the camera. A minute too.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Love is in the air. I love you. And you? And you? And you? Why choose between your beloved items? Sentinel Storage, keeping your treasures safe to be loved again. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
Hey Edmonton, ready to take advantage of lower rates and better pricing? South Fort Chevrolet in Fort Saskatchewan has you covered. From rugged trucks to sleek SUVs. And with over 40 years in business, you can trust that you're getting the best deal on your new ride. As the proud title sponsor of The Nielsen Show, EST listeners can drive a little to save a lot with South Fort Chevrolet's transparent pricing and down-to-earth sales team. Visit us today in Fort Saskatchewan or online at southfortchev.com.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't miss the internationally recognized tribute, the Alan Jackson Experience, April 18th at the River Cree Resort and Casino. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
Hungry and need it now? The Canadian Brewhouse Express Lunch, served in under 15 minutes or it's free, Monday to Friday till 2 p.m. Roasted turkey club and soup, Alberta Wagyu ravioli, and more. Fast, fresh, and no excuses. Get to the Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
Joaquin.
You don't have to put on the red light. Those days are over. You don't have to sell your body to the night.
Joaquin.
You don't have to wear that dress tonight. Walk the streets for money. You don't care if it's wrong or if it's right.
Joaquin.
You don't have to put on the red light.
Joaquin.
You don't have to put on the red light.
Joaquin. 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 144. Welcome back to EST Afternoons. Keep slamming that thumbs up. Hit us up on the Nasty Chat, River Cree, inbox 780-218 and 9999. And it is now time for your favorite segment of the week, the Red Light District with Joaquin Gage.
So, as you all know, we are on the precipice of start of another F1 season. We have had a office pool, I guess you could say, over the last few seasons, and for 3 years now. I won the first one, obviously. We had someone come in out of nowhere, Phony Brar, as I like to refer to him as. He came in and came out of nowhere to win the championship the second season. I had a miraculous comeback last year, came back and just left everyone in the dust and took home another driver's championship. So coming up on our fourth season of the EST F1 fantasy pool. And so we found that we, to complete the 10-team league, we have 2 spots available. And Nanso and myself, we decided that if because some of our listeners are very, close into F1, and maybe you're kind of thinking about it, maybe you're going to watch some, maybe you watch the Drive Survive. So we are going to open up 2 spots for our nasties, our listeners, to join this year's, for 2025, F1 EST Fantasy Pool. So, to do this, there's going to be some criteria. Hernan and I were going to get all the information. We're going to go through it with a fine-tooth comb, and we will select 2 people that can join this year's pool. And then throughout the season, we'll have regular updates. There'll obviously be some banter back and forth, I assume, between driver teams. So I'm going to need 4 things from you. Kind of an essay, short story, maybe just in point form, like a resume is probably the best way. But I want to hear why you should be in the EST F1 Fantasy Pool. What is your experience in F1? I want to know who your favorite driver is, who your favorite team is, and the reasons why they are your favorites. And if you have ever been to an F1 race, and if you could go to one, which one would it be and why? So all those 4 things, I want you to send them to my email address here at the studio is my name, Joaquin at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Send in your resumes to join the F1 fantasy team or fantasy pool, and we'll hopefully within the next 2 weeks before the start of the season. I'd like to get this. We have a few weeks before it starts here. I'd like to get all these in, and we'll announce on the week before the first race down in Melbourne who our 2 of our new members are.
Rip City Step. I'm surprised Gage isn't making us write the SATs. So give the criteria again. What do you need?
Why you should be in the EST F1 pool. Experience in F1. Your favorite team, favorite driver, and why. And have you ever been to an F1 race? And if you could go to one, which race would it be?
Perfect. So if you've been to a race, what was your experience like? If you haven't, which one would you like to go to? So Joaquin at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. We'll go through them really closely, the 3 of us, and we'll select 2.
2.
So what, Joaquin? This was your idea. What are you looking for? Do you want Are you looking for someone that's going to elaborate a lot, or someone that's just
that's the thing. Like I want be honest. If you don't have any experience, but you're excited to be part of it, that's great too. Yeah. I make me want you in this. All right, make me want you. Okay,
what movie is that from?
It's not. Well, they don't say it.
It's different. Okay,
it's Jimmy Maguire.
Jerry Maguire. Jeremy Maguire.
It's help me help you.
Help me help you.
Yeah, make me want you is basically what I want you to do for this. And then, I'm kind of looking forward to it. Because
what's the deadline?
Well, let's see. So I'll just call this up here. I believe the first race is on. We have, so it's testing now. Round 1, Melbourne, Australia is March 14th. So when we look at the calendar, try to get, we got to put kind of maybe a deadline on these, right?
How about we do the 6th of March, because then trade deadline will take up a lot of our time on that Friday. And
let's go a little bit longer then, because let's go the
10th.
Let's go the 10th.
Okay.
So Monday the 10th, have all your submissions in by then, and we'll announce. Well, because we want to announce it probably. Well, we probably want to do it by the 12th, because you're going to have to get your teams ready, right?
Yeah.
So, get them in by the 10th. We'll announce it on the 12th, and then we'll get ready to go lights out starting on the 14th.
Jasmine says the spelling and punctuation count.
No, Jasmine, there's spell check and stuff for that. You can just throw yours in Chat GPT.
Link, it says, Gager, my blood type is AB positive. Need anything else? Well, you got to work for it, right?
Hey, I'm not Dusty. It's no freebies around here.
Yeah, we're not giving them a freebie.
If you're looking for free ice cream, not going to happen. All right? Put some effort into it.
That was BS this morning.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, boy, man. Yeah. BS. So you got to do a little work, but have fun with it. Get creative. Yeah. Hint, hint, wink, wink. And we'll look at it.
create them so Seinfeld-esque. We don't need any profanity because we're looking for maybe a little bit of material. Get a little insight to our nasties too, and we'll probably read a few experts of certain ones on air.
Oh, we're definitely going to read a few, especially the winning ones. Yeah. That's the whole point here.
Yeah, so get good.
So one last time, and if you can't remember what the criteria is, just hit us up on our Twitters or whatever, and we'll send you what you need. But Gage, one more time.
4 things that you need to remember. Why you should be in the Edmonton Sports Talk F1 fantasy pool. Your experience in F1, how long have you been watching, and what interested you to get into the first place, things like that. Your favorite team, your favorite driver and why. And last but not least, have you ever been to an F1 race? And if you haven't, or if you could go to one of those races, where would it be and why?
Perfect. I love this, man. Good idea. Good idea. Van Owen, start working. He says dibs doesn't count. No. Because there's too many people that want in, so we got to do this. We got to do this little assignment, a little fun essay.
So they have to be in by the 10th of March, right? 10th of March, everyone.
Winner will be selected on the 11th because we got to start setting teams pretty quick.
Yeah. Okay. And my email address again, Joaquin, JOAQUIN at Edmonton Sports Talk, all one word, .com.
Ryan in the Pine says Gager isn't fragile like Dusty.
No. I mean, my kids wanted ice cream. Yeah. I told them to get a job.
Luca D says, I get it. Putting in the work shows you're serious about the craft. Of course. Joaquin takes this very seriously, guys.
Because I'm going to put in work throughout the season. I think you can put in a little bit of time into this if you're interested. And you know what? It's 24 races.
I saw him and Maddie almost come to blows after last season. So,
Maddie wants participation medals for everything. Like he wants a fastest pit stop. But there will be things that I'm thinking about mulling around during the season. I'm like the FIA. I make rules as I go. All right. So there could be some interesting things. Maybe a few head-to-head battles to squash beefs. You got to make sure that everything stays copacetic throughout everything here, because there could be fines. And there's no monetary thing. This is for the love of the game here. I don't want to put extra pressure on people and maybe we'll see how this goes in its inaugural season, and maybe we make the step up next year and go from there.
Yeah, I'm just responding to a lot of people asking for the email, so I'm just sending it to them. Yeah, a lot of people are interested in this. Let's see. Haji says, if you're looking for someone to boost your points, then pick me. I know nothing about F1. Likely won't ever log in to make any changes and probably help you draft better drivers with my Tommy level drafting. Well, you're not selling yourself.
Yeah, but then I want people that are fuss over this.
Yeah.
You know, like they might. And look, we'll probably, the site. If you need any questions answered, you can obviously just email me, and then I'll respond and let you know how to do things from the site. I know Hernan doesn't like it. I'm going to have a tutorial with him at one day and set all his stuff up, which
it's complicated.
It's not complicated. Jesus.
No, but I am committing myself this year. I'm going to change my lineup every damn week.
Well, maybe you don't have to, but then you gotta figure out different things. I'll give people a few pointers on how to construct your teams. Like you asked me probably for what? The first 4 races you asked me, and you were like in first place, and then I stopped responding to you because I wasn't going to be your team principal anymore.
It's frustrating.
I was your Adrian Newey.
You only get a certain amount of money, and then you want all the good guys, but you can't, and then so you have to
a little strategize.
Yeah. It's
but sometimes in certain cases, like the way the points are awarded for the week, there's a point for overtakes, right? So maybe you get to a point where Max has to take a grid penalty because he's got to take a new power unit and things are a new gearbox. So he's going to be back in 17th, but he's going to cut through the field. Seasons prior. And that was one of my biggest point races because I took Max and he finished first, but he also went through 17 people. So I got all those points with the overtake as well. So
Bronco Nix has hit the nasty chat and the recreation box. I'm in for F1. Pick me. I think you missed it. You have to write an essay.
Yeah.
Why you should be in the F1 Fantasy League? What is your experience level? Like, how many years have you been watching?
Yeah.
Favorite driver, favorite team. And if you've been to a race, tell us the story about going to the race. If you haven't, which race would you like to go to? And you email all that information to Joaquin at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. The deadline is March 10th. And 2 of you will be selected to join the EST F1 Fantasy League for the 2025 season. That's exciting.
Hey?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Koob, are you sending a submission?
I mean, I probably should. I'd love to be a part of it. It would get me into the game, you know, like fantasy is one of those things that it kind of draws you in.
I'll let you know, you're kind of like Cadillac, but we made the exemption. You're already in, Koob, because you're part of the show. So you've got exempt status. Maybe we have a
special.
You know,
Can I sell my spot? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I want to be in. I'm just joking.
He's already getting fined.
Joking.
He's already getting fined. Yeah. He's going to ask you a lot of questions. You thought I asked you a lot of questions? Koob's going to bring the heat. He's going to bring the heat.
It's all right.
Absolutely love it. All right, guys. We've been talking a lot of Oilers, Panthers. Of course, Darnell Nurse is out. Jeff Skinner draws back in. He's in the top 6. He's playing with Leon Draisaitl and Victor Arvidsson. Your first line is RNH, Hyman, and McDavid. Third line, Janmark, Henrique Brown. And your fourth line, Podkolzin, Kasperi Kapanen, and Corey Perry, which means Matt Savoy is out. With Nurse out due to injury, he is considered day-to-day. Ekholm with Bouchard, Kulak with Klimberg, Stetcher with Emberson. Stuart Skinner gets a start in net as they look to snap a ugly 4-game losing streak. And it won't be easy, but it's going to be a fun game for sure. Reminder, Reed Wilkins, Jay Milne coming up from 3 to 4. They will transition into the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show with Tom Gazzola from 4 to 5, who's live at Westgate BP's. Go visit him there. And then at 5, Reed and Jay will take over once again. They'll take you up until 6, and we're back after the game for the post-game show. Joaquin will be joining us on pre and post as well, filling in for Matt Cassian. All right, that does it for hour 1. Don't forget to slam that thumbs up. We're close to 100 already. It's a great start to this Thursday afternoon, so keep slamming that thumbs up, please, and thank you. And hit us up on the River Cree inbox, 780-218-9999, and of course on the Nasty Chat. Up next, coming up, Zach to the future as our boy heads off to a nice little vacation starting tomorrow. And at 2:20, George Richards from Florida Hockey Now as we continue to tee up Oilers and Panthers. That's all coming up here on EST Afternoons. We're back after the break.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne.
He is the play-by-play voice for the Florida Panthers. It is Doug Plagans.
When Matthew Tkachuk does something, it's more interesting than when a lot of other guys do something throughout a hockey game. Having a guy like him and a guy like his brother get on the map and people get to know their personalities, I think that's huge, and it's only great for the game and the growth of the game down here in the States.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, weekday afternoon 3 to 6, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Celebrating 70 years in the signage industry, William Huff Advertising is the most recognized name in the game. An in-house, one-stop shop for all of your design, print, and installation needs. William Huff provides quality graphic solutions for everyone. Here in our City of Champions and throughout the nation, they are the preferred signage partner entrusted by many of the biggest corporations, pro sports teams, and organizations to bring their identity to life. Recognize the name, get in the game. WilliamHuff.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't miss the internationally recognized tribute, the Alan Jackson Experience, April 18th at the River Cree Resort and Casino. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
The Oilers challenge the Panthers. Jeff Skinner replaces Matt Savoy in the Oilers lineup, while Darnell Nurse gets listed as a day-to-day due to an undisclosed injury. Join Tom Gazzola on location at Boston Pizza Westgate as he goes live alongside Hernan Salas to preview the action during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. That one goes just an hour before puck drop right here on EST. And Trey Smith is set to become the highest paid guard in the NFL, with ESPN's Adam Schefter reporting that the Chiefs will franchise tag the 25-year-old Pro Bowler, having his contract projected at around $24 million. On the court, Hall of Fame Spurs head coach Greg Popovich met with his team for the first time this morning since his stroke in November to confirm that he will not be returning to the bench this season. 5 games go down. Pelicans take on the Suns. Golden State visits Orlando as the Nuggets throw down against the Bucks. I'm Zachary Kubusch for your sports update. The second hour of EST Afternoon starts right now.
Hour 2, EST Afternoons here on Edmonton Sports Talk, live from the William Huff Studios here in the west end of the city. Thank you for joining us today. Loaded lineup here on EST Afternoons. We got the Reed Wilkins Show coming up. We got the All Stream pre and post game shows coming up. And tomorrow from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. once again breaking down everything that happens down in Florida tonight. And for the sake of everyone, I hope the Oilers win tonight. But there's not a lot of confidence in the team right now. Keep hammering that thumbs up. We're getting closer and closer to 100, which is a good sign. Hit us up on the River Cree inbox, 780-218-9999, or on the nasty chat. If you're listening, iHeart, TuneIn, radio apps, Edmonton Sports Talk.com. It's time for Zach to the Future. Another edition. Zach's past everything.
Just as I predicted, time traveling is just too dangerous. 1.21 gigawatts.
Zach's like that game against the Avalanche. The Oilers were already halfway on vacation today.
Yeah, he's
already gone.
He's gone, man. He's got his toes in the sand already.
Yeah.
Eh?
He's going to Seattle. He's got rain boots on.
For me, yeah. Thinking about shrimp.
Oh boy. Cupid says, did I hear Tommy was going to BP's tonight? Yes, Westgate.
Yeah,
he'll be there. Tons of prizes. Go see Tony and the boys there. It's always a good time, and it's an early one, so you can be home nice and early as well. Pick up some good food, maybe some chicken wings or something, a nice pie, and then have a few brews if you'd like. Join Tommy. He'll be down there. Don't know if I'm going yet, but we'll see.
It's down the road.
I know. All right, are we ready? So this is the 4th edition. He's passed glowingly in the last 3 times. He's used the Lifeline all 3 times. Reed twice, J-Mill once.
Reed is so useful.
Once again, he has 1 chance at a Lifeline. He can ask someone in the office. He can ask help from the River Cree box or the Nasty Chat. And today there's no multiple choice.
Ugh, yeah.
So he doesn't have that option.
God, we got rid of that.
That one helped a lot. I can't even lie. Like the multiple choice sold me out every time.
Let's just check if this is working. Oh yeah, we're good to go. All right.
I don't get that.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Go ahead. Okay.
Zach, which team lost 4 straight Super Bowls in the 90s?
The Bills.
Final answer?
Yes.
Good
job.
Good
man.
job.
I didn't think
Good
you'd know
job.
that.
Eric told me that one. I was actually.
Damn it, Eric.
He's a Bills fan. I remember talking to him about.
He'd
that,
be a good Lifeline, actually.
Thanks, Eric.
He would.
He's a very knowledgeable dude.
Yeah, just call him up.
Okay, question number 2. What movie was Eye of the Tiger the theme song for?
Oh my gosh. See, this should be so obvious to me.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a time limit now, eh?
Now
20 seconds.
Am I thinking about this too much? Am I thinking about this too much?
Is the timer in there?
It's got to be Rocky. I'm not stupid, right? Please tell me. Okay.
Nicely
Okay. I was
done.
like,
For a
almost overthought
bonus
that,
point, which Rocky movie?
The first one.
It
Really?
It was Rocky 3 with Clubber Lang.
Mr. T.
Mr. T.
Okay, you
Man,
ready?
I thought these were going to be hard. Oh, wait. Give me a sec here.
He's got
just,
some.
Just talk to him.
Yeah, I don't want to. But. So are you going to go to the Flying Fish Market when you're in Seattle?
The Flying Fish Market?
Yeah, the Seattle Market.
I didn't know that was.
You go
what it
down
was
to
called. I thought it was
the
Pike-
big
Pike Place.
market. Yeah, Pike Place
It's
Market.
2 levels, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
It's huge. But go to where they throw the fish.
Yeah,
It's
we're
pretty
ready.
impressive. Okay. Are you ready, Zach?
Yes.
Okay. Essentially, what sound is this?
It's the Windows. No. And Windows XP shutdown sound. I grew up on Windows XP. It's got to be Windows XP, right?
Yeah.
Holy smokes, this guy.
Iwani gave you that one. That was a good one. I was
Pinball
like,
on that machine.
and you
dude?
got XP too.
Yeah, I
like-
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say,
98.
I was hoping you didn't get that. That's crazy.
I know. I'm a weird dude, man.
3 for 3.
I know those Windows sounds.
Man, I thought these were tough.
Okay.
Jeez,
I'm like
yeah,
Dusty.
you told me it was going to be tough.
I'm becoming like Dusty.
This
I'm
is like
getting
kind of
soft.
easy trivia.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Well, okay.
That's
Do
another
you want me to
Windows
ask
sound,
it?
wrong
Yeah, you
sound.
asked this one.
Okay. Joaquin Gage played for 2 teams in the WHL.
Oh.
Name one of the city/towns he played in.
Jeez. I should know this off the top of my
should.
head.
Yes, you
yeah.
should.
I reference it as the factory on a regular
Which
basis.
one's the factory?
We
It's
can.
where the one I went to.
I don't think this is right, but I'm going to say Kelowna Blazers. Yeah, no, that's
There
not
was
right.
no such thing as the Kelowna Blazers.
Wait,
They were
Kamloops Blazers.
Kamloops.
Kamloops Blazers, but I didn't
Kelowna
play
Rockets.
there. Kelowna Rockets. I played in the factory, which is the Portland Winterhawks. And then my overage year was a member of the Prince Albert Raiders.
Okay, the Raiders and the Winterhawks. I knew the Winterhawks one. I didn't know the Raiders. The second you're about to say factory. Oh.
We might have a controversy.
Oh, yeah?
Our one of our fearless leaders, Matthew Tkachuk, says he said shut down Microsoft Windows. It was the startup.
Oh,
so
yeah.
technically it's wrong.
Technically it is wrong.
Okay, let's continue, and then we're going to need a final ruling on
Yes,
this, right?
yeah.
Because he did say shutdown.
Yeah, he did.
It was startup.
It was startup.
Yeah, it was a
okay,
startup.
okay. I mean, Dusty gave it to the gentleman earlier today.
It's soft serve all day around here, I guess, except for my F1 pool. I'm the bad guy all of a sudden.
Yeah. I think Windows sound should be sufficient. Reed will.
Yeah, no, I
That's fair.
it's pretty good. Yeah.
That's why we didn't make a quick decision right away.
No,
We just
yeah.
said, okay, Gager, you can ask the next one.
Okay. Which TV show featured an alien from the planet Melmac?
Melmac?
Which TV show featured an alien from the planet Melmac?
Remember, you have a lifeline.
May I ask which year this show is from or around? How many
Zach,
seasons?
this show was prevalent back in the late 1980s, I do believe.
Yeah, early 90s.
Early 90s.
It did.
You're a lifeline.
You got to come over here.
Surprised he didn't go to Reed.
Yeah, you didn't want to go to the well so many times. I think.
Jeez.
Reed is so.
I don't know. You don't have to. You could say no.
He's using you as a lifeline. The question is, Gager.
Okay, the question was, which TV show featured an alien from the planet Melmac?
I'm down to Elf.
Is that your final answer? You guys got to decide.
I'll take Elf.
Yeah,
let's go. Thanks, Maddie.
For bonus points,
Well
what
done, Elf.
was Elf's favorite thing to eat?
I don't even know.
Favorite thing to eat? Was that like a known thing?
Yeah.
I don't know, like dill pickles or something?
No.
I don't know. What
It
was it?
It was cats.
Oh,
Really?
oh. Okay, I've seen it. Yeah.
Oh, boy. Okay, he's 4 of 5 so far.
Jesus.
Now it gets hard.
Okay.
Let's hope. Here's your movie. And now you have no more lifelines. You're screwed.
You're screwed.
You're not gonna get this one, and that's why I picked it. Your movie clip. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna give you a little bit of help on this one.
Being too nice.
This movie is from 1987. Very popular. Very popular.
Oh yeah.
And Gager knows this. And here is your movie clip.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Wow, that's short, hey?
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Well, we're talking about $1 Million Baby.
What movie is that?
Talking about $1 Million Baby this week.
1987, though. Remember.
That one might have not been that early. That one. Okay. That might have been late 90s.
It was later. It was later.
No, because I'm thinking Baby Driver, but that's a newer movie. Gosh.
It's a classic line.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard that before.
Dusty uses it regularly.
Can I hear that one more time?
Of course you can.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
I'm going to go $1 Million Baby. I got nothing else.
$1 Million Baby.
That's my final answer.
That is from the classic Patrick Swayze movie, Dirty Dancing.
Never watched that in my life.
What?
I know. I'm not into those dancing kind of movies. Okay. Never watched Grease.
That's the first movie one he gets wrong without the help of said Reed Wilkins.
Yeah.
Reed, did you know that?
There was just a yell for everyone that yes, Reed did know that.
Oh,
everybody
boy.
knew that.
I love how much people know it on the Nash chat area. But
Yeah. All right. Koob, are you ready?
You're a music guy, so you might get this.
Okay.
Guess this song.
No lyrics this time.
It's classic, though.
Yeah, come on.
I've heard it. No, I think I'm stumped, guys. I don't even think I have a guess on this one.
Well, final answer?
What year was it from?
Oh, it's 80s.
82, 83.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not that.
Male or female artist?
Male.
Oh my gosh. Guys, I don't think I know this one.
Okay.
I'm going to have to take the L.
You're going to take the L?
Yeah.
Koob.
Buzz me out. Buzz me out.
Do you play the rest of it? Do you play the rest? Or does it? Yeah, you do the walk of life.
Walk of Life, Dire Straits. Ever heard of them?
Yeah. I know. I know Dire Straits, but I didn't know the name of that song.
What a great tune, eh?
Yeah, that was. I was grooving to that in my Walkman with my orange headphones. Grade 7, I believe.
Oh boy, that was
It's a banger song.
All right, we're finally stumping. We're finally stumping young Koob because he's done excellent on this. Now, I did go a little bit harder on those, but
this one's
as you
hard.
should.
This
With
one's
my
really
questions?
hard.
Yeah, and I picked this one because he's been knocking these out of the park, and I said, no more, Mr. Nice Guy.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice line.
It's time for the sports moment. Okay.
Oh, no.
So this is 1993 Thanksgiving. Cowboys are up.
Okay.
Miami Dolphins are about to kick a field goal to take the lead. Let's run the first one, and I want you to tell us what happens right before the kick, okay? What happens after, obviously.
Jeepers. Okay.
Day game. Will it go in the win column to Dallas or Miami? Stoyanovich will decide it as he will try this field goal, which will be 40 yards. 40 yards. Doug Peterson to hold.
Looks like it's from the 50s, that video. Oh, my gosh.
So what happens? And this is really tough. So, Koob, just think out of the
what
box.
happens?
Think out of the box. That's your hint.
I feel
Big
like
Uke says
I know. I just read that one.
he's
That's awesome.
gonna miss the kick completely and fall because it's snowy, and they're a Miami team.
Okay,
That's
so
my final answer.
Your final answer is, say it again.
He's gonna fall down after missing the kick.
Okay, run the whole clip.
Thanksgiving Day game. Will it go in the win column to Dallas or Miami? Stoyanovich will decide it as he will try
Dolphin in the snow,
which will be 40 yards. 40 yards. Doug Peterson to hold. Blocked. The Cowboys will win.
What a block.
Wait a minute. Whale was in the end zone. No one covered it, and Miami did. That could be a touchdown if Miami has covered it.
The field goal was touched beyond the line by the receiving team. The kicking team then recovered the ball in the field of play and slid into the end zone. However, since the ball was still a kick, it's down when the kicking team recovered the ball. The kicking team gets awarded the ball at the spot in the field of play, first down.
The Dolphins pull it out.
No way.
Game over.
They were too happy. They were celebrating way too early.
Well, so the gist of it is it gets blocked, and the ball's still in the field of play, and the Dallas Cowboys, Leon Lett, goes to try to recover it, right?
Yeah, and boots it.
It boots it,
That's
which
so good.
gives the ball back to the Miami Dolphins and gives them another chance to win the game.
Yeah.
And they hit it. I've never seen that before. That's amazing. See, that's why you got to play the entire way, right? Play until the whistle.
Honorable mention to Big Uke, what he thought. He thought it was a kick and the ball killed another bird. I
was going to say that. I was like, I don't know what's going to happen here. That's the weirdest thing, yeah.
Oh, that would have been hilarious.
That's weirder than the bird.
Kills a bird with a kick. Oh, good. Laces out.
That game was in someone's
Don Shula. That's 80s.
old school, buddy.
Yeah.
Old
Jerry
school.
Jones is on the sidelines.
He looks
there.
young.
Yeah.
Good job, Koob, though. You got, let's see, 1, 2, 3. We're giving him the Microsoft.
Yeah.
So you got 4 out of 8.
I'm
50%.
surprised I rolled through the first 4 questions or so, and then you guys stumped me.
You started hot, buddy. You started hot.
Yeah.
But
It's
you still
the Oilers
passed.
after tonight.
You still passed, man. That's all that matters. Good job, buddy. Good job once again. You silly goose. Good job. And we wanted to do it with Zach because it's kind of his thing, and he's leaving us to go on a nice vacation
Bigger and better
to Seattle.
things, I
Bigger
guess,
and better
yeah.
things.
You're making it seem like I'm never coming back.
Fox Sports Seattle.
Fox Sports Seattle. I want to see you on TV at the Kraken game. You got to do everything possible to get on there. But good job. You haven't failed yet, which is awesome. Awesome. And listen, the song and the movie were kind of hard, and this was a really hard sports moment. It was tough. It's
You were
hard to
just,
know that was going to happen.
Barely a twinkle in your father's eye at that point.
Yeah. So good job, you silly goose.
Thank you. You call me a silly goose?
All right.
We can say it here. We're a little tougher on this show.
We're a little tougher. The afternoon inbox is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino, home of the Kitchen Restaurant. All you can eat surf and turf for just $59.99 every Friday from 4 to 10 p.m. Up next, we head to Florida to talk to George Richards from Florida Hockey Now here on EST Afternoons. Keep slamming that thumbs up. Let's get to 100, and we welcome in the Winnipeggers, the Hustlerites, the WSTers. We say hello to you and your team who are rolling. Man, that streak is not ending tonight, is it?
No.
So we welcome the Winnipeggers to the show. We're back after the break with George Richards. Here's Koob with your sports update.
The Oilers challenge the Panthers. It's Jeff Skinner replacing Matt Savoy in the Oilers lineup, while Darnell Nurse gets listed as a day-to-day with an undisclosed injury. Tom Gazzola on location at Boston Pizza Westgate as he goes live alongside Hernan Salas to preview the action during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show just an hour before puck drop right here on EST. And Trey Smith is set to become the highest paid guard in the NFL, with ESPN's Adam Schefter reporting that the Chiefs will be franchise tagging the 25-year-old Pro Bowler, having his projected contract at around $24 million. On the court, Hall of Fame Spurs head coach Greg Popovich met with his team for the first time since his stroke in November to confirm that he will not be returning to the bench this season. 5 games to go in the NBA tonight. Pelicans take on the Suns. Golden State visits Orlando. And the Nuggets throw down with the Bucks. This sports update is brought to you by the Capital Care Foundation. Financial support deeply affects residents at Capital Care, and whether it's a one-time donation or a monthly contribution, every penny counts. Find out how you can donate at capitalcarefoundation.net. George Richards from Florida Hockey Now joins us on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubusch, keeping you in the loop.
Get your fix every single game with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas. Whether it's breaking down the starting lineup, predicting key matchups, or diving deep into the game's biggest moments, Tom and Hernan are here to give you the best insight and analysis in the city. After the final horn, get the breakdown of every key moment, performance, and player reactions. It's your one-stop shop for all things game day. Catch the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Make your birthday legendary at the Canadian Brewhouse with epic food, killer drinks, and an unbeatable vibe. Plus, download the Canadian Brewhouse app and score free nachos on your big day. Book your party now to celebrate like a pro. The Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
Love is in the air. I love you. And you? And you? And you! Why choose between your beloved items? Sentinel Storage, keeping your treasures safe to be loved again. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
Hey Edmonton, ready to take advantage of lower rates and better pricing? South Fort Chevrolet in Fort Saskatchewan has you covered. From rugged trucks to sleek SUVs. And with over 40 years in business, you can trust that you're getting the best deal on your new ride. As the proud title sponsor of the Nielsen Show, EST listeners can drive a little to save a lot with South Fort Chevrolet's transparent pricing and down-to-earth sales team. Visit us today in Fort Saskatchewan or online at southfortchev.com.
Got some gently used furniture or home goods that need a new home? Find Edmonton is here to help. Every month we furnish over 100 homes to those transitioning out of homelessness, and we need your gently used furniture and home goods. Drop off at 5120 122nd Street or call for free local pickup. Just visit findedmonton.com to learn how your donations can help create a home for someone in need. Plus shop our thrift store, in-store or online, with proceeds benefit those moving out of homelessness through housing supports. Visit us at findedmonton.com. Find Edmonton, supporting our community one home at a time.
.224, welcome back to Edmonton Sports Talk here on EST Afternoons on Edmonton Sports Talk here. I'm trying to do two things at once, and it doesn't work. Live from the William Huff Studios. We're just ahead of George Richards here from Florida Hockey Now. We'll get a good chat in about this Florida Panthers team without Matthew Tkachuk, but they're still a hell of a team, and the Oilers are struggling right now, and it's and everybody's pretty down on this team right now, and I mean for good reason, but not a lot of people are giving them a chance this evening down in Florida, so we'll see what happens. And for our Winnipeg fans and listeners and viewers and all that, they're going for 12 straight hockey.
I know. And they're getting it. They're getting 12 tonight. Yeah. OC's out, Nashville. So, yeah, they're approaching. It'll be tough to get to 60.
Yeah.
But what a run.
What a run.
Because that's what was it, the beginning of the year, 14-1? They're
on an unreal run.
They are. Would you, before we who would you say are the Winnipeg Jets the best chance for a Stanley Cup to come to Canada?
No.
Okay.
I still think it's. I'm always wary of
Montreal?
these teams that are red hot in the regular season.
Seriously,
and it's not a knock on them. They're playing excellent hockey. There's nothing to take away from them. They've been excellent all year. But I am a little weary, and there's no easy matchup in the first round. I don't know who would be the best chance right now. I mean, Winnipeg's up there for sure. Winnipeg, Edmonton. There's no one really else.
Calgary? No.
No. That's going to be a good battle between Calgary and Edmonton.
Toronto?
Calgary and Vancouver.
I mean, Toronto.
Even if they were, I'd say no. But
are we okay? All right.
I mean, where's Toronto right?
They are second won the conference. 74 points. Washington's 84. I mean,
so they would get Detroit right now. I can see Detroit upsetting them. The same way I can see Colorado or Vancouver upsetting any of the first ones on the other side, right? And look at the LA Kings, man. They fought back. They're 2 points back of the Oilers with 2 games in hand.
I know. Well, they were falling off there for a while, right?
Yeah.
They seem to have. They're on that Fogle train.
And then Colorado's 2 points back of Minnesota for the third spot. They're in the Central, and then it's going to be a battle, man. Vancouver's up 1 on Calgary with a game in hand. Utah's not going away. They're only 4 points back. St. Louis is 5. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens here.
This is where, wouldn't it be great to have 3 points for a regular season victory or in regular time?
Yeah. Well, it changes the game.
Yeah.
Right? It totally changes. We're ready now for George Richards, who joins us now from Florida Hockey Now. George, good to have you back on the show. How you doing there in, I'm going to say warmer Florida? How's it going down there?
Yeah, it's 81 degrees today, so yeah, it's a little warmer, I would think. How you doing?
We're doing excellent here. Excited for this game. The Oilers are struggling. It's chaos here in this city with the Oilers on a 4-game losing streak. Let's talk about this Florida Panthers team since they've come back from the Four Nations. 1 win, 1 loss. On Tuesday, they picked up a 4-1 win over the Preds. How's the team looked? They had a lot of players at the Four Nations, but how has the team looked in their 2 games since the Four Nations?
Yeah, kind of hard to judge. I mean, I thought they outplayed Seattle in a lot of different ways. They end up losing 2-1 Saturday night in their first game back from the Four Nations. But like you said, they had 8 players taking part in that tournament, and one of which is Matthew Tkachuk, and he's not playing right now. So, so they didn't get much of a break, most of the guys, but. And then Nashville's Nashville, like you were talking about a minute ago. I mean, yeah, they're just a bad team right now. So, kind of hard to judge how they've looked, but they haven't had any practices. I mean, they come back from the break and they had 10 guys on the ice. So, they've just been, but they're in a good spot. They don't really, they're fine. They're doing fine.
George, you mentioned Matthew Tkachuk. Looked like that injury is obviously something a little bit more severe than initially thought. What have you heard of his injury? Is he going? And I mean, are the Florida Panthers in a good enough position where we can kind of put this guy on the shelf and wait for game 83 here?
We'll see. I mean, they've got 23 games left. I mean, the thought is, you've got to put him on LTIR. You've got the trade deadline in a week. Tonight's going to be the 3rd game he misses. Then, he's going to miss at least 5 of the 10 already, for sure. So you would think just for the roster, just to have some roster flexibility, you put him on LTIR. As far as what happens after that, I think whatever Florida does at the deadline will tell you the story, because if they go out and they get themselves, one of the bigger names out there, a player with term or a player with more than $3 million of a cap hit, that Matthew Tkachuk won't be coming back for the regular season because they wouldn't be able to fit him in. So, everybody's being real quiet, but, that's how they do it around here. They're very quiet about injuries, hard to find out information. They're being very vague with things. He's still being looked at by doctors. Who knows? But my guess is that they're going to put him on LTIR retroactively. Again, tonight's game number 3 of that 10. So, and then that, gives them some opportunity at the deadline.
George, in the absence of Matthew Tkachuk, who's such an important player for the Florida Panthers, who are they looking at to kind of step up in his absence?
Well, on his line alone, you've got Evan Rodriguez is taking his spot on the right side of Sam Bennett, and on the left side is Mackie Samoskevich, a rookie that Florida picked their last first-round pick back in 2021. He's just a speed demon. And, he really brings the play. He scored the other night. I think they're looking at guys like that. They're looking at, maybe, the third line, Toulouse Ryan and Anton Lundell and Jesper Boquist to kind of fill in some slack. But, it's hard to replace a Matthew Tkachuk, right? Because he's got those world-class hands. He gets in front of the net and can do all kinds of things. If a puck even comes near him, he's extremely dangerous. And that is an element that Florida just doesn't have right now unless Sam Bennett, goes and does some of that stuff. So it does take away some of the things that Florida does, that net front presence, because, Evan Rodriguez and Mackie Samoskevich are more of guys that come at you on the rush. They use their speed. They use their shot. Matthew Tkachuk, aside from shooting, a couple from the circle, I mean, he's really, 5 feet in or less. That's where he gets the majority of his goals. So that's something that Florida's going to be, is hard pressed to replicate.
George, I mean, Florida Panthers have played a lot of hockey over the last few seasons here. Sometimes, you play that much, injuries get caught up with you. In your opinion, do they look like a team that can actually that are set to take another run at this thing, or is that little bit of fatigue somewhat showing?
Well, I'll tell you, you know what? Since the Panthers lost to Vegas 2 years ago, and made that run, like you said, over 200 games of hockey in the past 2 seasons. That is a ton of mileage on their guys, but they've, to borrow a term from the NBA, the old load management. Florida seems to know when to turn it on, and in games like tonight, games against teams that they've played in the past, where there was some animosity, the Bostons, the Torontos, Carolina, Florida seems to find another gear. It's when they play Seattle or Calgary, teams that they don't see a whole lot, where it's kind of a mixed bag. You don't know what you're going to get from the Panthers. And a lot of times those games are a little disjointed. They really don't seem all that interested. And it shows. I mean, they're always 1-goal games, and they could win it, they could lose it. You never know. But when the lights are on and they're playing a rivalry game, and Edmonton counts as a rivalry game now since they went 7 last year, Florida comes to play. And I think that when you drop the puck on game 1, regardless of where it's at or who it's against, Florida's going to be ready to go and put it into that next gear and be ready. This team is built for 7-game series. That's the thing when you're just seeing a team, one after another, 4 teams in a week. Sometimes, it gets a little choppy. But this team is playoff proven, and that seems to be the style of hockey they like to play.
George, it's going to be a fun one tonight down in Florida. Like I said, the Oilers, the Oilers looking for to snap a 4-game losing streak. They'll be without Darnell Nurse, which is a big, big loss for them going into tonight.
Big loss for them, but listen, same thing though for Edmonton, right? I mean, this could be the absolute perfect game for them.
Yeah.
Kris Knoblauch had him in the building this morning for morning skate. Nobody has morning skates in the arena anymore. They all go to Fort Lauderdale to use the facility of the Panthers. I think he brought him in there to get them in that building for morning skate, just so the first time they walk in isn't for game time.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's great. That's great. We didn't know that. I didn't know they skated there, but should be a fun
one.
They
skated at the arena, so they were in the visitors' room just like they were for game 7. So.
All right, George, thank you so much for taking the time this afternoon. Enjoy the game tonight, and we'll chat soon.
All right, guys. See you later. Thank you.
That's George Richards covering the Panthers for Florida hockey. Now he's been doing it for many, many years. Does a great job covering the Florida Panthers. And what he says is right, man. Like, they're built for these kind of games. Like, they don't shy away from it. And that's what I think Oiler fans want from their team is be that team that's like, no excuses. Oh, we're at 4-8. Oh, we're on a break. Oh, we're losing this guy. Like, it's next guy up. Let's go.
Yeah.
Play like the team always play at the highest level possible. Now, it's not realistic every game you're going to have that, but when you have it more often than not, that's what the great teams do.
You know what that's called, buddy? You know what they call that in the biz?
No.
Championship pedigree.
Pedigree, yes.
That's what the Florida Panthers have now. That's when you see the Tampa Bay Lightning. That's what you saw there, right? You see these teams that have gone all the way and done it, and specifically people around the league that have done it before. They just find that extra, like George said, that extra gear when you need it most. And Oilers have to. There's only one way to get that.
Yep. It's only one way. I want to get to something Ro sent in, but we'll get to it in the final segment. Ro Nelson says Winnipeg first, Toronto second, Edmonton 3 for Canadian Stanley Cup.
I would say that. Yeah. Send those in. 780-218-9999 to the River Cree inbox. Rank your 1 to 3. I guess you could. Oh, you go 1 to 5. I don't know. Whatever. Of Canadian teams you think who have the best chance as of today to win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, I mean, and who is it here? Vincent Toba says red hot the entire season. They've only lost 14 games in regulation.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a good team, man. I know they had a lull there. I can't remember if it was before or after Christmas, but that team's stacked, and they're not dealing with a lot of injuries. And listen, I'm not saying they won't. I'm just saying I'm always the top teams in the conferences usually don't go too far, right?
Yeah.
So it's now, do we want the Oilers to be first in the Pacific? Of course we do, because we want that home ice. That home ice. John Carlos says Oilers, Oilers, Oilers.
All right. I like it.
Zulu says, what happened to Darnell Nurse? I missed it. He's day to day. None of us knew this either until this morning.
How about what George said about the skate? Exercising some demons.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit there.
Let's get in there early. Get everything out.
Yeah.
Get your skates in. Then when it's game time, it's game time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good. Hey, 94 thumbs up, 6 away. We should get there in 23 minutes, I would say. Right, Gager?
I don't know.
Stu Pedasso says, just 4 things, right? Why we should pick you. History as an F1 fan. Favorite team, favorite driver. Been to a race. What race would you like to go?
Yeah.
That is correct, Stu Pedasso. So get those in. Let's see here. Do we have a... Yeah. We already got some submissions in, eh?
We do.
So people are on it, man.
Yeah, this
people
is good.
I
like the initiative. I like this. It's that's encouraging.
It's very encouraging.
I didn't know if we'd get one.
Oh boy. So yeah, if you want to get into the EST F1 League, make sure to send those in. Portions of this hour brought to you by the Canadian Brewhouse. NHL lives at the Canadian Brewhouse. Every Oilers game day, get $1 off tankards of Molson Canadian and Coors Light. You can win game tickets and 2 tickets to a surf and turf dinner at the end of the season. Full details at the CanadianBrewhouse.com. Coming up next, we'll close out EST Afternoons. Get you ready for Oilers Panthers as Reed Wilkins and Jay Milne will take over at the top of the hour. We're back after the break. Here's Koob with your sports update.
Edmonton's Darnell Nurse is day-to-day with an undisclosed injury as the Oilers hit the road in Sunrise, Florida to battle the Panthers. Matt Savoy is scratched with Jeff Skinner stepping back into the Oilers lineup. And Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas get you set for the action during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show live at 4 o'clock. Join Tommy on location at Boston Pizza Westgate or tune in right here on EST. In a total of a dozen games in the NHL, the Flames take on the Lightning. Winnipeg hits the road in Nashville as a hockey club and Wild drop the puck. And according to Ian Rappaport of the NFL Network, the Chiefs are planning to franchise tag Trey Smith, effectively making him the highest paid guard in the league. And the NBA sees the Nuggets battle the Bucks, New Orleans, and Phoenix tipping off as the Warriors meet the Magic on a 5-game slate. And Greg Popovich, head coach of the Spurs, has confirmed that he's not returning to the bench this season, addressing his team for the first time this morning since his stroke in November. I'm Zachary Kubusch. That was your sports update. The boys return on the other side of the break.
2 guys and a goalie.
I'll probably watch a lot of Emberson, see how he handles this type of forward check, because as the season goes on, especially come playoff, it gears up to another level where you have to start making decisions a lot quicker. He's going to have to find another level. It's a good place where he's at now. You're going to need more from him.
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't miss the internationally recognized tribute, the Alan Jackson Experience, April 18th at the River Cree Resort and Casino. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
Celebrating 70 years in the signage industry, William Huff Advertising is the most recognized name in the game. An in-house, one-stop shop for all of your design, print, and installation needs. William Huff provides quality graphic solutions for everyone. Here in our City of Champions and throughout the nation, they are the preferred signage partner entrusted by many of the biggest corporations, pro sports teams, and organizations to bring their identity to life. Recognize the name, get in the game. WilliamHuff.com.
You want the heavy hitters on your team, both on and off the ice. If you've been injured in a car accident, call the heavy hitters of injury law. James H. Brown and Associates, Alberta Injury Lawyers. With over 200 years of combined injury law experience, their precedent-setting lawyers are ready to help. Locally owned and proud Edmonton Oilers fans, James H. Brown and Associates wants to support you with their unrivaled experience, unrivaled results, and unrivaled commitment. When accidents happen, head to jameshbrown.com.
2:42, final segment here on EST Afternoons, live from the William Huff Studios. Keep it locked on Edmonton Sports Talk, as we have the Reed Wilkins Show coming up, followed by the Oil Stream pregame show, followed by the Reed Wilkins Show, followed by the postgame show.
Reed Wilkins, the mad scientist in the bullpen, has come up with something really cool. I can't wait to see the responses of it. Wait till you hear this. Really good. I think, anyway. I could be completely out to lunch, but Reed explained it to me. I think there's something there.
Like on his show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to spoil it.
No, of course not. Of course not. Hey, Gene Hackman, eh? That, I think now they're saying it's suspicious. Found in his home with his wife and dog. Says carbon monoxide poisoning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could have been. That's too bad. Man, what an actor.
Man, classic movies, eh?
My gosh. Like, I was trying to think of my first kind of where I remember Gene Hackman from. It was Superman. He was Lex Luthor, man. Like, he was great.
He was great.
Lex Luthor, the greatest criminal mind of our generation.
He was in so many movies, man.
Oh, I mean, I was trying to think of my top ones. Obviously, I'd put Superman in there because just being a comic book geek, Christopher Reeve, Margot Kidder, met Margot Kidder as a young guy, and Unforgiven, the Clint Eastwood Western, just fantastic.
Can I confess something? I've never seen Unforgiven.
Would you quit breaking that thing?
I'm not.
You haven't seen Unforgiven?
No.
You, a connoisseur of those types of movies.
I know. I just
have not watched that movie. It's one of the greatest Westerns ever.
It's better than Young Guns?
Yes.
I don't know about that, man.
I'm sorry, but...
Runaway Jury's good.
With John Cusack. That's really good.
That's a really good one. Enemy of the State with Will Smith.
I didn't mind that. I'm off, like it was on the other day, and I'm on a Will Smith ban. It almost got me to watch it. Almost.
Behind Enemy Lines.
That was great with Owen Wilson. I loved that one. The camera work in that one is cool too. I like that. But war movies, he was in a ton of.
Yeah. The Heist. Oh, Mississippi Burning's fantastic.
Oof, that's a tough watch.
That's a tough watch, yeah.
That's a very tough watch.
Yeah. Hoosiers, obviously.
Hoosiers is fantastic.
The Replacements.
Yeah, but Crimson Tide with Denzel, they had tons of snippets today about that one and just how they went back and forth in that one scene. One of the greatest scenes in cinema history, I would say, between two Titan actors, right? Like just awesome. I know it's a few days from the Oscars. You know how they have that memoriam kind of thing? I hope they have him in there and do a little thing. They have to. 2-time Academy Award winner, I do believe.
He was, I wonder, do you know for which ones?
Ooh.
I mean, we can Google it. Give me a sec here.
Yeah. Heartbreakers.
So 2 Academy Awards for Best Actor for his role as Jimmy Doyle in The French Connection.
Oh, gosh. I didn't see that one.
And then for Best Supporting Actor in The Unforgiven.
Yeah. That was just...
And then he was nominated 3 other times for Bonnie and Clyde, I Never Sang for My Father, and Mississippi Burning.
Man, what a career.
Yeah.
What a run. Just amazing. You know, he was, I remember I was reading John Grisham books at the time, The Firm.
Mm-hmm.
He plays the other lawyer, the kind of deadbeat lawyer in that. He's great in there.
That's with Tom
Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Yeah, so many
good ones,
that,
man. You almost forget he was in Superman.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. But he's so good in those ones too. I'm trying to think of some of the lines that he had in there are just great.
Yeah, what a run, man. Just fantastic actor.
Trying to think, because he play every role that he played, he did it so well. You know how some people play villains well? Like he did some comedy too that's quite funny.
He's great.
He was scary too, like in ones when what was the one? He was in 2 big Clint Eastwood, Absolute Power. That's what it was, where he was the president. That's a creepy one.
He was in the that terrible movie with Brad Pitt and Julia Roberts, the Mexican.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I didn't mind that movie.
And then he does a voice for the movie Ants. I love the movie.
Yeah, the Ants is great.
Yeah.
The only reason I watched the Mexican, that Brad Pitt movie, was because I thought it was just the way he said it in a certain scene when he gets in the car and he goes, El Camino. That's the only reason I went to that movie. I'd love an El Camino.
JT Shark says, even in bad movies, he was great.
Yeah.
Heartbreakers. Was he in
Heartbreakers?
Heartbreakers is good. Let's see. Crimson Tide and The Hunt for Red October. 2 awesome movies. Hunt for Red October is great. That's from
He was in The Hunt for Red October?
Was he?
No, that's Crimson Tide he was in. Hunt for Red October was Sean Connery and Alec Baldwin. I don't think
he was in that.
No, I don't think he was in Hunt.
Maybe he was.
Maybe.
You should watch French Connection. It's great.
Okay.
But also, Tube Socks brain might explode if you don't. Rip City Step. Unforgiven won 3 Academy Awards, including Best Picture.
Yeah.
I got to watch it then.
You haven't? Oh. I mean, it's, I don't know. It's funny. I haven't watched it in a long time, but I remember when you know what reminded me of it was my son, when he spent way too much time playing that, what was it called? That Red Dead 2, that video game?
Yeah.
Like, that's what reminded me of Unforgiven a little bit. The story and things.
Do they play Metallica's Unforgiven in it?
No.
No. Damn. That'd be great. Is that where Dusty gets that clip from? The one he uses on his show?
Which one? What does it say? That's Tombstone.
Oh, Tombstone. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that either.
Arguably, like my favorite Westerns. Tombstone's up there, but I think I put Unforgiven ahead of it.
Young Guns for me.
That'll fall right to the bottom of the pile.
Why?
As soon as you watch Unforgiven.
Young Guns is great. You can't say it's not great.
It's great.
Yeah.
I like, because it's those.
You know what? I'm gonna watch Unforgiven over the weekend, and I'll report back.
I'm sure there'll be it'll be like a Gene Hackman marathons on certain channels, right? That have them all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just phenomenal. Hoosiers, great. God, what a basketball movie, man. I think Struddy's favorite, actually.
I think he said that, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Dusty was talking about it this morning as well. Interesting.
I thought not watching Tombstone was a fireable offense at EST.
Who's that with? That's with
what?
Val Kilmer?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it good?
My God, man.
Yeah. Because my dad was really into old school westerns, like the old school.
Like Hang 'em High. And I mean, I loved those old Clint Eastwood's, like Good, Bad, and Ugly. What was the one? He's such a badass in those things. Josie Wales, was it? Was something Josie Wales, I want to say?
Silverado, Van Owen says, is right up there for a western.
Wasn't there a remake of Silverado? Or was that no, it was the Denzel one, the Famous Five or something. I had to forget what it was. Oh, yeah. Bronco Nick, 0 Day on Netflix. This is just for some viewing, I guess. I heard that was good. Paradise. Reed and I are watching that. We might start our own show with TV reviews. And then Reacher. I like Reacher. You take what you will with it. It's fine.
Because you're upset they were talking about Dune?
I leave here and they start talking about a movie that basically is how I live my life.
Have you watched The Gorge yet?
Yeah, I told you.
Oh, yeah, did you? I can't remember what.
I told you to watch it. No, you told me to watch it.
Yeah,
well,
you told me, and then I watched it, and then I told you I watched it.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think you just watched it.
The Wolf told me. Text today, he goes, we're going to watch The Gorge.
It's good.
It's good.
It's okay.
It's going to be okay. Oscars are on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Do you watch?
No. No.
I just look at the best pictures and then watch all those movies. Because you never hear about them.
You know, you'll hear some, like, I guess they're adding security because of the Will Smith incident.
Oh, God.
This year. Don't want any slaps. That's got to be the worst moment. How can that guy get another job?
Yeah, that was
unbelievable.
I feel like a lot of people, including myself, were like, is this a skit?
I thought, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what are they doing?
Well, I think everyone's phone blew up at that moment. I had to fast forward or rewind or something to it.
Yeah.
And talk about arrogance in a person.
Yeah.
It's the Super Bowl. You know, you have millions of people watching.
Yeah.
And
the millions.
And then he won.
Yeah.
Like how does he not arrested and thrown out of there?
I don't know.
I hate it. I don't like him.
Phyllis says Young Guns. Was that with Emilio Estevez and Luciano Phillips? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Kiefer Sutherland.
I'll make you famous.
Thurman Mulrooney.
Yoo-hoo.
I'll make you famous. Yes. Deaky Spark says, what's this F1 league? You want to just give him one last before we got to get off here?
Okay. So, we'll do this in a minute here. We are going to have a F1 fantasy pool here at EST with amongst ourselves. How it looks is there's 2 spots open. We're looking for nasties and our listeners. If you are interested in joining the pool, we have a submission list. So what I want you to do is email me, Joaquin, at Edmonton Sports Talk, all one word.com. 4 things that I want you to put in this email. Why you should be in the EST F1 pool. Your experience with F1, and it doesn't matter if you're a beginner or not, or you just want to watch this year, you think it'll be fun, let me know. I want to know your favorite team, who your favorite driver is, why those are your 2 choices, and have you ever been to an F1 race, and where would be the place that you would prefer to watch your first F1 race?
Yeah, and the submissions are flying in. Joaquin's email won't stop.
Yeah, it's going on. And these submissions need to be in by the 10th of March.
Yes.
And on the 12th, we will announce our 2 winners because we'll have to get ready because the first race is in Melbourne, Australia on the 14th.
Perfect. So, if you have any questions, just hit us up on Twitter and we'll send you all the info there. Big shout out to George Richards for joining us. Koob, best of luck on your trip, buddy. Enjoy Seattle. We'll see you in over a week's time. Great job as always. For Koob, for Joaquin, I'm Hernan Salas saying thank you for tuning in. Download the podcast, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts from, and follow EST Afternoons at every show here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Reed Wilkins, Jay Milne coming up. Oilers lose?
Yes.
I say they win. We'll see what happens later tonight. Enjoy the game. We'll talk in a bit. Ciao.